mentioned the shooting. Who was involved in that?
Just Kyle. But to my best ability, I believe I counted the shots he shot, and he was not the only one shooting.
Okay.
So what I believe, I didn't see it.
Okay.
I never saw anything because from where I'm standing on the building, I saw nothing.
Are you on top of the building?
Yeah, I'm on the roof.
Oh, how'd you get up there?
The owner had a ladder
in
a shop he could use.
What's Kyle's last name?
Rittenhouse.
That police interview is 18-year-old Dominic Black. Who is he? He's a friend of 17-year-old Kyle Rittenhouse, the young man who's been charged in Kenosha, Wisconsin, with the murder of 2 demonstrators. Now, that guy, 18-year-old Dominic Black, he's the one who provided the rifle to Kyle Rittenhouse, and he has now been charged in all of this. But that police interview, very, very revealing. We have more tonight from our affiliate in Milwaukee, WTMJ.
Court records show Dominic Black was 18 years old when he allegedly bought an automatic rifle for Kyle Rittenhouse. Prosecutors say Black knew Rittenhouse was underage and unable to buy the gun for himself. Dominic Black appeared virtually in Kenosha County Court, where he learned he's charged with 2 felonies for providing Kyle Rittenhouse with the automatic rifle he used back in August to allegedly shoot and kill 2 protesters.
He provided the weapons to the authorities when this incident went down on August 25th, as well as allowed access to his cell phone.
These court documents claim Black bought the rifle at this gun store in Ladysmith, a city northeast of Eau Claire. Quote, the defendant obtained the money to purchase the rifle from Kyle Rittenhouse. On August 25th, Rittenhouse allegedly met Black at his stepfather's home in Kenosha to pick up the rifle before heading out to protect a car lot. Black's stepfather's neighbor, David Jakelski, says he saw Rittenhouse toting the gun in front of his house.
It scared me because I could see that he was young. I could see that him running from his car, he was all crouched down, running along, kind of hiding the gun while he ran up to the street and got into another car. I guess into Dom's car.
Prosecutors say Rittenhouse and Black were armed with automatic rifles on the night Rittenhouse killed Anthony Huber and Joseph Rosenbaum. Previously released court documents from Illinois indicated Black's stepfather was unaware the gun was removed from his home on the night of the 25th.
It's very shocking to me. I mean, Dominic's always been such a nice kid. He's just a gentle soul.
All right, let's bring in Court TV legal correspondent Chanley Painter, who has been covering all of this. And let's start talking about that police interview of Dominic Black. Give us a little bit of context of where that video comes from, why that video exists, and what's revealed in it.
A lot is revealed. We learn a lot of details through this interview. This is a voluntary interview taking place only hours after Rittenhouse allegedly shoots 3 protesters August 25th. So this is the early morning hours of August the 26th. Black is in with a detective from the Kenosha Police Department, and he basically walks the detective through the events of that evening. We learn that he and Rittenhouse are volunteering that night to protect the Car Source car lot, a place where Black used to work and was, I guess, a victim of arson the night before. So the owner asked Black and some friends to protect it this evening, and that's when he said that he went to the roof with his own AR-15 rifle, that Rittenhouse was on the ground with his rifle, and then Black heard some gunshots, and he tells the detective what Rittenhouse told him about the shooting. Let's listen.
So he said he shot you.
Yeah, and I calmed him down, kind of, because he's really not calming down at all. Okay. But I asked him, I'm like, dude, what happened? He's like, I was running up there, and I saw a kid trying to break the window with a bat. And my partner, whoever was with him, he said, he was like, I'll stay next to your hip. And then he started yelling at the kid. He said, hey, put the bat down, stop breaking the car. And the kid got mad and charged him with the bat.
Okay.
And then he said he shot him. He doesn't know where he hit him or anything.
Okay.
And then he looked next to him, and the guy that was supposed to be with him is just completely gone, nowhere to be found. And then all of a sudden, people are chasing him. And then he said he was running on the road, and people tackled him. And he said he got hit in the face with a skateboard and his head hurt.
Okay.
And then he said, then he shot 2 people because they were trying to beat him up.
Black tells the detective that he didn't personally see any of the shootings, the first or the second. He goes on in this interview to explain that while Rittenhouse told him that someone was charging at him with a bat, that Black had seen some of these viral videos of the first shooting and didn't see anybody with a bat, so he was a little bit confused about what exactly happened. He also gave a key moment of a detail. He said that Rittenhouse actually called him on his cell phone as Rittenhouse was running away from that first shooting. He told the detective it was a 12-second phone call at 11:46 p.m. and while Black was still on the roof of that mechanic shop, and Rittenhouse told him, quote, "I just shot someone," and sounded frightened and out of breath.
All right. So we've got Dominic Black now, who is charged in all of this as well. So what I'm hearing is he's a witness, he has facts, but now he's also a defendant who's facing 2 felonies for providing the weapon to Kyle Rittenhouse. What did he have to say about all that?
Well, he basically was up front. He told all of the details that he knew. He told the detective that he met Rittenhouse about a year ago when he started dating Rittenhouse's sister, that the two would go up north to his stepfather's property. They would shoot targets, they would shoot shotguns. And then about 2 or 3 months before the Kenosha shooting, that Rittenhouse went to the Ace Hardware in Ladysmith, Wisconsin. And that's when he bought the AR rifle using Rittenhouse's money for Rittenhouse. In fact, he explains that he agreed they would keep it at his stepfather's house in Kenosha. Let's listen to that.
Now he's 17, right?
Yeah.
You already got the rifle?
Yeah, it's mine. You got it from my dad's house.
Okay, so it's your rifle?
Yeah. He bought it with his money, but I got it for him. And the deal was, it's to stay at my dad's house, and you only take it up north with us hunting. And I guess his mom's supposed to get a FOID card here, so it can be put in her name.
Okay,
But he got it from my dad's house in Kenosha.
okay.
It was never given to him.
So did he pick it up today from your house? From your dad's house?
Yeah, I think so. I think he grabbed it before we left.
Okay. And you knew he had it?
Yeah, I'm not, I don't know why the whole time I'm thinking, I'm like, he's not 18. I don't know why I'm thinking the whole time.
I'm not looking, I mean,
Yeah, the
you're a Fisher Fry, that's not the thing I'm looking at you for, so.
Yeah, I know, but like in my head, like I could have stopped it. But I know if I would have told him no, he would have threw a fit.
So Rittenhouse gave him the money to buy the AR-15. Get this, Rittenhouse told the Washington Post that he used the pandemic stimulus money that he received from the government to make that purchase. Also, interesting point that Black brings up is that the night of August 25th, that he didn't give permission to Rittenhouse to take the AR-15 from his stepfather's home. He just took it without asking, I guess assuming it would be okay. But at the same time, he also said, well, I also didn't stop him when I realized he had it either.
All right, so Black and Rittenhouse, both defendants now, so I don't think you're going to get, unless you give a deal to Black, I don't think you're going to get him to testify against Rittenhouse because he's just going to take the fifth, right? They're both bonded out of jail at this point, right? They're both free?
They are both free. In fact, for Dominic Black's case, he was bound over. He already had his preliminary hearing, so he's bound over for trial. He bonded out with $2,500 bond. He was released. He faces up to 12 years in prison if he's convicted of those 2 felony counts for providing a deadly weapon to a minor. The arraignment is January 13th. Now, for Kyle Rittenhouse, he also bonded out. Now, his bail was set for $2 million. That was set November 2nd of 2020. He bonded out November 20th. He has a preliminary hearing this Thursday. That's a big, huge hearing for him coming up this Thursday, 11:30 Eastern. And just to note, the bail money came entirely from funds raised by a nonprofit initiated by one of his attorneys. And when he did leave the jail, a private security detail transported him from the jail. And we also learned through a tweet from one of his attorneys, Vinny, that celebrity Ricky Schroeder helped put up money for his bond to release him. And there was a photo I get one of his attorneys, John Pierce, there he is, and Kyle Rittenhouse in the middle, and then Ricky Schroeder of Silver Spoon TV show fame.
Way before your time.
Right.
Way before your time. All right. So what's next? I guess we've got to wait for Rittenhouse's. He hasn't had his prelim yet.
No, his preliminary hearing is actually this Thursday. It'll be a huge day for his attorneys. It'll be a virtual hearing like Black's preliminary hearing. I actually reached out to Black's attorney today, Bob Keller. He had no comment, but he did fight hard for Black's charges to be dismissed, or at least to be consolidated into one count. He's charged with 2 felony counts, which was interesting because it's for one incident, but the prosecutor won the day there with 2 counts. The judge, or actually the commissioner there, binding him over. So the same process will happen this Thursday for Kyle Rittenhouse for all the felony counts, including 3 homicides that he faces.
All right. Chanley Painter, Court TV legal correspondent, thank you so much.